Hey, welcome to the channel, Quest for Zen. I'm Queen Bee and I'm going to go over what you need in order to fuel your goals to get to your dreams, because of course you need the goal to get the dream. Step number 1, make sure you have your list of dreams. So it was from the vision board last time. I keep mine on a little pad, and that really helps me get just the idea of where I want to go with my goals, just the fueling factor, so to speak. So I always have my list of dreams. Make sure you've saved this from your vision board that you have created. Okay, so that's step 1. Step 2, introducing your goals. Now is the time to brainstorm and write a list of your goals. So any goals that you have, really just write it down. I wrote a list of mine. I have health goals, I have business goals. Can't really see it, but I really sectioned it out. I learned about making goals based on an amazing book, and I'd really like to recommend it to you guys. It's called The One Thing, and this book literally breaks down how to create goals that are obtainable, how to measure goals, how to make them smart. And that's really what you're trying to think about. It's literally the one thing that makes success success. This book really revolutionized my way of thinking in terms of working and in terms of creating very focused goals so that you could get wherever you need to go. So I'm going to be actually explaining a few things and factors from this book specifically. And this book was written by Gary Keller with Jay Papasan. So they were the ones to collaborate and create this beauty that I will recommend to you. I'm actually going to be talking about one of the factors in this book that create the breakdown of how to obtain those goals. I highly recommend it. Step number 3, choose one goal. They tell you to choose one goal because that's what you really need to focus. You really need to just hone in on one goal so that you can master your other goals. So you look at this and you say, what is most important to me and how do I get there? So actually, a lot of people have wanted to achieve more than one goal, and I'm actually trying something a little bit ambitious. I'm going to try 2 goals that I have. One of them is a health regimen, one of them is a business regimen, and from that, I believe that my ideal lifestyle can coincide with the 2, but as you read the book, it says many clients have disagreed and have wanted to work on more than one goal, but actually you really need that factor of honing in on one, mastering one before you move on to another. So that's what the authors of the book are talking about, and I don't disagree. It's better to work on one than another. It's like if you're catching squirrels, do you go left or right? You'd rather catch one than none. That was the philosophy there. Step number 4, choose your why. So based on this, it's the fueling factor. You could have your dreams, right? That could be a why for you. That could drive you enough. But sometimes they're harder than that, like having the healthy body that anyone has always wanted. You could see a picture of yourself when you were more fit. You could see other pictures of people and get discouraged, maybe jealous. And for those reasons, sometimes looking at the dream is not enough to fuel you out. Some people it works, some people it doesn't. So you think about, okay, maybe a more specific why would be, I just want to have more energy. I just want to wake up feeling happy. And these are the more important factors that really fuel yourself. And it takes a little bit of strategic wording and strategic visualization for it to tune into what really works for you. And I found that specifically for me. I found that, it wasn't the picture. I thought about, how am I feeling? Days I've lacked energy. I mean, this stuff happens depending on, I like to put it this way. It's really something, a part of the past. Like, it's who I was. It's not who I am. And that's what's really important. It's that this body image I have of myself right now, it's who I was. It's who I chose to be. As much as I hate that, and I absolutely do. But that's what happened. People in life make mistakes, and that's just something I accepted. I made a career change. My why is huge. I don't want to go back to where I was. So because of that, that's literally the reason why I'm so gifted to have this freedom that I do. The next one is to visualize. Just to hone in and key in. So, visualize. Okay, so it's really important to hone in and key in and really see where the dream is going. You can fantasize about it, but how much more accurate would it be to remove your sense of sight for a second? Closing your eyes, and then you really start to picture what your dream looks like, what the goal looks like when it's achieved. It's so important to put emotion into the visualization process because now you feel it. Now you see it with your body. It's a whole different sensation than just, oh, I want it to happen. I want it to happen. Well, you gotta feel it. You gotta really attract that feeling towards you, and it helps. It really helps drive the factor of attraction itself. So I definitely recommend people meditate with this, they journal about it. I find sitting down, I meditate, but if you don't, that's okay. All you have to do is sit down, close your eyes, feel what it's like to have those goals achieved. Feel it. Feel it. Believe it or not, in Marie Kondo's book, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, she actually mentions a whole section on visualization. Literally. Page 36 talks all about it. It's interesting, but she puts that in there, and it's really relevant to other things in life, such as making goals for yourself. Love this book. Divide your goals into 1 month, 6 months, 1 year, and 5 years. This is based on the one thing theory. Will your goals slightly change? Yes. Is the goal that you're striving for the same? Yes. So yes, you might have to tweak your goals, which I'll get into in just a little bit, but your ultimate goal is the same for 1 month, 6 months, 1 year, 5 years. The 1 year, 5 years, that's really like more of the ultimate vision that you're trying to achieve. So with that, those goals aren't supposed to change at all, but the other ones might, depending on how you're progressing and what steps you are taking to get there. So definitely, I actually separated, I have health goals, and I have business goals, and I see myself adjusting and changing, seeing what works and seeing what doesn't. But super handy to have. I actually wrote it down in really cute post-its. Take a look at this. Ta-da! Business, health. I love how it's color-coded, and I keep it near the front of my desk. So I actually moved it for the purpose of this video, but I stick it so I see it every day, and I have it on my desk because it's big enough. Some people put it on like a board, and that's cool, but I like it on my desk. I always make sure to see it every single day. This works. Step number 7, create a list of how you're going to get there. Awesome. So here's all it takes right now. So I literally used another side of the paper because I recycle paper. divide it in half. Now, I'm doing 2, but I recommend 1, because 1, you really put all your attention and you focus into it more. There was another book called The Miracle Equation by Hal Elrod. Great book. I have a visual on that too, which I will show you. And he's one that also believes in one goal at a time and honing in on that, because that's how you're going to be making progress. You wrote your steps and what you are looking to achieve in those benchmarks of time. 1 month, 6 months, 1 year, 5 years. Okay, so you have that benchmark and what you are expecting to see during that progress of time. But it's not enough to just write the list. You have to write how you get there. So what steps do you believe you need to do in order to achieve it? So the how, follow it like a Bible. It's really good to just make sure that you are taking those steps in every single day. Here it is. Miracle equation. He talks about one goal at a time. Step number 8, track your progress. So this is really self-explanatory because it's recommended you use journals to do it. So this is claimed to be a fitness journal, and I thought I would just show you a blank page. Ta-da! Ta-da! You have notes. You can reflect on notes, but here are some of the questions you should really be asking yourself. So, what's your goal for the day? It's really good to do this every day. It only takes a couple minutes. You fill it in, and then it helps you reflect because you can look back at it. A goal of the day, for example. Then you have, okay, what's your driving force? I talked about the why. This reminds you of the why, this journal in particular. Love it. This one's really important, emotional check-in. It might not seem like it's important because your emotions might feel irrelevant to the goal, but it's super important. If you're feeling nervous or anxious about something, chances are you're probably not doing it right. That's because your emotions actually have your sixth sense. So really what I'm telling you is that your sixth sense is actually somehow surprisingly accurate depending on how much you rely on it. If you believe in it, it's more accurate than other people that don't believe in their sixth sense. It's like that feeling that you get where you're like, I really shouldn't do this, I really shouldn't do this, and guess what? Your sixth sense was right. Why is that a thing? There's a whole science behind it. There's a whole explanation. I say science because it's quote-unquote soft. It's a soft science like psychology. How about one thing you did well today? It's always great to look at positive psychology. There's a book called Flourish. There are books based on positive psychology that really reflect on making sure you realize what you're actually doing correctly. And when you realize it, it's a sense of achievement. It's like, oh yeah, I did it. I did this. Internally, one feels happier, definitely. If you were doing a healthy Bible, it's good to say, okay, what did I eat today? Track it down in a journal. So many books and references have track your food, Autumn Calabrese, track your food. And it's really good. Even the bad, be honest, but say what you ate. So in this particular journal, you would be tracking your food here. I don't know, I'm just gonna give an example. 1 lava cake too many. Okay, that might not be such a good thing to eat, but do track it. The good thing, ooh, I love the killer salad I had for lunch. Awesome. Salad, good thing. An extra lava cake, bad thing. I think once in a while, have the lava cake and enjoy it. How much water did you drink? This journal is really cute. It has, as you can see, how many cups you drank. But it's good to actually visually see how much you're doing. I will be mentioning this again and again, but what are you grateful for? That is a science that was also explained in Flourish. And that book talks about writing 3 things that you're grateful for every single day. These are daily reflections, and I just broke it down quite simply. Don't forget to add your emotions in there. Even if it's business-wise, you might find a pattern that your intuition is more accurate than you thought it would ever be. And this is one hard science way to actually dictate how you're going to be tracking your emotions. When you come up with the notes, when you journal, think about how you're feeling. Think about, what's my goal? Am I heading in the right direction? And then the fitness goals I gave, such as drinking water and what you track to eat, those are really good examples as to how to specifically hone into your goal. Now, I do have another suggestion for those that really want the cheap route. 88 cents, go to Office Max, at least that's what the price used to be, but just get a regular journal. I got a pretty one. Luckily, I'm gifted with tons and tons of journals. It's just something my relatives always happen to give me. But nothing is better than a blank sheet of paper. I mean, you just write everything you need to, and emotionally, the paper is there. You can write it in caps. You release all that emotion that you're feeling, and boom, it's there. I love doing this emotionally. I've had, Hal Elrod and Robin Sharma. I listened to a podcast on Mind Valley, which was super great, but Robin Sharma and Hal Elrod, they both use blank pieces of paper and they write about what they're grateful for. For me, I like using something that I've learned a part of the secret, so I hold on to a gratitude rock and I think about it as I'm doing my meditation every day. So that works for me, but other people like writing about it, otherwise they won't mention what they're grateful for. Whatever works for you. I personally love a journal as a venting machine / a diary. Use it for what you need it for. That's what a journal is. Number 9, review your progress and track it. So you tracked it, now you're reviewing it. And it's good to say, okay, here's what I did, here's what's working, here's what's not. So if you think you can get away, for example, with eating a burger and fries every day when you're on a health regimen, you might find that that doesn't work. And because of that, you kept track of it. You'd be like, gotta lay off the burger and fries just for a little bit. I believe there's balance. I believe you deserve that day of freedom to eat. Now there is Tim Ferriss who writes about the 4-hour body, and he believes that you need a cheat day too. He follows a whole different regime on exactly how you're supposed to be eating, but he does believe you need that day to remind yourself, okay, this is what eating good feels like, and this is what eating bad feels like. But also, I can enjoy my food. Another step here, you can use the journal. I like using a planner. I like using the Uncalendar planner. And based on this is really gonna give you your week to week. I'm gonna give you a blank page because you can fill this out however you really want to. But you see how it has days of the week? And then it has a whole other section of whatever you need. And it includes a little chart here so you can really track, for example, drinking the water, etc. I love this planner. I highly recommend it. And this shows you your week synopsis. So you can have a list of what you need to do that day. You have it. You list what you need to get done that week. And then you get to really see on a whole level of what you did that week and how you can improve. This is a good weekly type of evaluation when you need to see, okay, here's what I did, here's what I didn't do, here's what I need to work on. With a journal, you go more in depth of what you were doing and what you need to do now. It's good to have both, is what I'm trying to say. It's good to have a planner and it's good to have a journal. The planner is very helpful for a business front. I love it. Teachers love it. Really great tool. Reasons why you might have not hit your project goal. Number 1, did you focus? Number 2, did you put your time in? Number 3, did you choose the right tasks to complete your project? Number 4, did you choose a location that was comfortable for you? Number 5, did you stick to your routine? Voila, there's the planner. Wonderful tool. You might find that as you're drafting out your goals, you're approached by a question in which you have no idea how to get there. A good example is, I'll just say it. I have a question and I have no idea how to get there right now. My question is, okay, I'm looking at my business, but I need team members. What do I do? Do you have a question like that that can't be answered? Do you have a question that you drafted it out, you wrote it down, but you can't seem to find the answer you're looking for? Stay tuned for the next video. See you later.